welcome to your Harsh Truth reading. We're gonna go over, I pulled a astrology card, so the house that's activated for you for this reading is the fourth house, which is the house of roots, house of family, house of mother, house of father. And from the Osho Zen Tarot, we have Moment to Moment, card number 2. See the colors. So let's go ahead, I'm just cleansing your space here. So before we begin, let's take a breath. Let's do a little meditation. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's get into your reading. Here's the Aries card. So the cards we have here, this is going to be the first portion of your reading. And then we'll get into some cards. So we here have Moment to Moment. Let's talk about this fourth house that's being activated that we're gonna go into, and see how this correlates, and allow the message to resonate with you however it resonates, Aries. Take what resonates, let the rest flow. Here we have the fourth house. There is a sense of something about the past. Now, overall, I'm getting that there's some family past traumas or belief systems that need to be left behind is essentially what we're going to talk about here. The fourth house is ruled by the moon, which governs, our feelings. The fourth house, it signifies home, family, and the earliest phases of childhood. This house represents like nourishing, giving nourishment and safety. It's the symbolization of a mother figure, of motherhood, and a father figure. The fourth house shows the beginning of family and holds memories of our ancestors. It represents putting down roots or putting down a foundation. Again, depending what it's correlating with, it can be that you need to revisit this house, these topics. Things from the past might come up here. So we're gonna dive deeper into seeing exactly what it is that Spirit's trying to tell us about roots, about foundation, about family. There can be home and family issues within this reading. Since this card is activated, this card does indicate that, this also can indicate that there's angels present, It can also, like I said, memories of the past, of past lives may be surfacing here. But I'm going to go into this card. Living moment to moment. This card pretty much says you need to live in the now, which is why I'm getting the sense it's asking you to stay alert, to hop, skip, and jump over these rocks, but be available in the current moment. In the background, there's a city there. You really can't see, it's faint. And then the other colors resemble water, which is always moving, and he's just skipping through, right? But he's skipping through these rocks with a sense of balance. This card is speaking about how the past is no more and the future is not yet here. There is no certainty on anything in the future. I'm going to get into some Abraham Hicks here. Time is a man-made thing that to Abraham Hicks does not exist. The past is vibrational energy that has already happened. The future is now, and the past has already happened. Let's see if you can get that right. The future is now because every moment, in 5 seconds, this reading will be a moment and it'll now be part of the past, right? And the future, if you're vibrating at a certain frequency, if you're living in the current moment, if you're living in the current moment as in now, then you are producing the future. Every moment is producing the future. The past was a vibrational energy that has already happened, and the future is happening right now. What used to exist no longer exists, so you should probably leave it there. But I'm vague to say, leave the past in the past, because at the same time, the past made you who you are now. The past created the person that you are now. The past also can hold trauma that might need to be revisited. Family traumas and daddy issues and mommy issues that might help you move forward so that you can live in the now much easier, more open-minded, more aware of what's going on. The belief systems that you might have had in the past are not the same belief systems that you should be living by now, whether you are young watching this or you are old watching this. What was going on in 1998 is not happening in 2001. So if you're still in that same thought process, you are outdated. You are not keeping up with where we're at. Only the right person who lives moment to moment. This card is asking you to live in the moment. What is with you now? What have you been handed right now? What moments are you living right now? And you think about that. Take a second. What are you living in right now? Okay, this is my situation. I'm doing this. This is where I live. This is what I'm doing. This is where I want to, this is where you want to be. This is what I'm doing. This is where I'm at. Live in that moment. Forget about what was in the past. If you need to heal from something from the past, then let that be the message here for you. Heal on that so you can live in the current moment. Because if you're still dragging on things from the past, you're just bringing yourself down. You're putting yourself in a more miserable state. You don't want to acknowledge things. You want to suppress certain things, certain situations, relationships, partnerships you might have built, things that might not have gone exactly your way. If it didn't go your way because it just wasn't intended to be your way. If you thought in 1998 that you were just going to live the exact same way all the way through 2021, then you are sadly mistaken and sadly outdated. Here and now is the golden gate. Being present is the golden gate. Working with what you have at the current moment is the golden gate to your future. Just because you have been at a job for 10 years does not mean that that's where you're supposed to be for the next 10 years. Just because you've been in a relationship with somebody for 10 years doesn't mean that you're supposed to be in that relationship for another 10 years. Relationships do expire. Partnerships do expire. People definitely do expire in job and companies in certain situations. I've experienced that. I'm like, you need to go. Like, you are not doing anything, and you're not providing any. You are not an asset to the company once you've been there for so long. You're just this negative fucking Nancy that's sour about shit that happened in the past. Like, move on. A man who wants to be present has not to think, has to just see and enter the gate. Here and now is the golden gate. Be in the now. Abraham Hicks, living in a vibrational sense that you can bring with you to the future is how you're going to create the future. Living in the now is how you're going to create the future. The past has already happened and should probably stay in the past. There's no such thing as time, but there is such thing as mental belief. There is such thing as a mental process. There is such thing as a belief systems. And this is the age of Aquarius. And if you have outdated thinking, if you're still thinking about things that the same belief systems that went on in 1998 and you think you know it all and you've done this and you've done that, you haven't done shit. You don't know shit. You only know what you knew, which is no longer relevant, especially in the age of Aquarius. You feel me? And we're gonna dive deep. We'll see what comes out in the cards. But there's there's two ways that I can read this. You either need to leave those belief systems in the past because you're outdated to what's going on now, and you need to be alert and work with what is presented to you in the current moment. What are you working with now? What issues are happening right now? Forget about what happened in the past. What issues are you dealing with now? What positives are you dealing with now? What do you want to manifest? Because how you wanted to manifest it, and like I said, in 2000 is not the same way you're going to manifest it in 2001 and 2021. Are you up to date with processes and the society that you were born into? You know, we don't choose the society that we're born into. We are born into it, and that's what we're given. But you have a choice whether to stay in that society. You have a choice whether to stay in those beliefs. These are all adults watching my readings here. You have a choice to stay where you are because of comfort. And let me tell you, there's no growth in comfort. You need to feel uncomfortable. You need to move yourself physically. I am all about, I will preach physical, physical, physical. I'm the one to be like, okay, you lived in this apartment with your ex. You need to physically move because you're never going to get rid of that energy. That energy is always going to stay there. You lived in the same block as your mom your whole life. You need to get the fuck off that block. Otherwise, you're going to be living the same exact life. You need to physically move yourself, physically remove yourself, physically move, physically get rid of things, physically change the space. I'm all about changing the space. Like, bad energy comes in, I swear to you, when I do dumb shit and someone comes into my house and it's fucked up energy and they fucked it up, I literally have to rearrange the whole entire house because all I can think about is the positioning of the furniture and how it was physically and where it was physically placed. So let's go into the cards. I'm going to show you the cards here. This was the first portion of your reading. Hopefully that woke you a little bit up. That doesn't make sense, right? So the second part of this reading is going to be on OnlyFans. It is a $5.55 subscription. What do you benefit from that? You get at least one harsh truth reading a month for now until I'm able to put out more content given the time. But right now, this is where the extended will be. You'll get to see the cards now. I don't know if I can shuffle because my hand fucked it up rollerblading. I'm gonna pull 10 cards here and we'll dive deep into it. I'll let you take a look at it now. Again, if you're watching this on Instagram, the link is in my bio. If you're watching this on YouTube, the link is in the description. OnlyFans, $5.55. If you refer a friend, you get 1 month free. And like I said, you'll get access to more readings and more than just one a month. But right now, the $5.55 is at least getting you one monthly harsh reading for now. I want to get into sexual tarot and sex therapy next, and I want to do some cool shit. Okay, Aries, let's get into your cards here. Four of Cups. Oh gosh. King of Cups. Nine of Wands. Six of Pentacles. Wow. Seven of Swords. Ooh, in reverse. We're gonna keep that. Nine of Swords. The Death card. The Emperor. Aries, welcome to your reading. Seven of Wands. Seven here. Two sevens. The Lovers. Oof. Partnerships, Gemini. Five of Pentacles. There's a lot of walking away, a lot of loss here, a lot of stubbornness. You could be dealing with an Aries, a Scorpio, or this is actually you in your reading, right? Smack dab in the fucking middle. Lovers could be dealing with a Gemini. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So if this sounds like you're reading and you'd like to continue, head over to OnlyFans to catch the second portion of it. If you're on OnlyFans, this is your reading now. Otherwise, I'll catch you later.